This is Misfitz, a mobile top-down extraction shooter being developed by Anti-Hero Studios. And if you're a Brawl Stars player, there's a pretty good chance this game will catch your attention because it's being worked on by former Supercell developers like Frank. No, not that one. Not that one either. There we go. The game has also been featured by Kairos Time, which is probably how a lot of you found out about it in the first place. Now, if you've never heard of Misfitz before, here's the quick version. Misfitz is an extraction shooter, meaning you drop into a map, fight monsters and other players, collect loot, and then try to escape with your rewards before somebody else sends you back to the lobby. The twist is that instead of playing as generic soldiers, you're choosing from a roster of unique heroes, each with their own attacks, abilities, and playstyles. Think of it as a hero shooter mixed with an extraction game. But enough yapping, because that's not actually what I wanted to talk about today. According to the latest video on Kairos Time's Misfitz channel, every character is getting a brand new ability. Up until the last playtest, every character had a main attack, a special ability, and a consumable item that could be used once during a match. But now that seems to be changing. Characters appear to be getting a second consumable slot that functions more like the old gadget system from Brawl Stars. Instead of being a one-time use item, these new consumables seem to have multiple charges that can be used throughout a match. More importantly, every character is also getting an additional ability. Now, we don't actually know much about these abilities yet, but based on the tiny amount of footage we've seen, they look like they could be some of the most impactful abilities in a character's kit. For the sake of this video, I'm going to call them ultimates. Whether that's what Anti-Hero ends up calling them or not, who knows, but it makes things a lot easier when we're talking about them. Now, before we start, none of this is confirmed. These are just my predictions based on each character's current kit, design, and overall role. Let's start with the one character we actually got a tiny sneak peek of, Shade. Shade is a marksman who fires powerful single shots with her main attack, while her special ability roots enemies in place. Kairos briefly showed what looked like some kind of projectile being thrown, but the footage cuts off before we can actually see what happens. At first glance, it almost looks like a miniature antimatter bomb, which would admittedly be pretty cool, but it doesn't really fit Shade's design. If you look closely at her character, she's heavily inspired by squid and deep sea creatures. So my prediction is that Shade throws an ink bomb that creates a massive cloud on impact. Enemies caught inside would have their vision heavily obscured, making it difficult to track targets and navigate fights. It's a little similar to Sandy's Super from Brawl Stars, except instead of helping your team hide, it would primarily be used to disrupt enemy vision and create chaos during engagements. Next up is Ray. Ray is essentially the face of Misfitz. His main attack fires a spread of laser projectiles, while his special ability unleashes a sustained beam of energy. Everything about his kit revolves around lasers and dealing damage, so for his ultimate, I think Anti-Hero leans all the way into that fantasy. My prediction is Orbital Strike. Ray designates a target area, and after a short delay, a gigantic laser blasts down from above, dealing massive damage at the center while leaving behind a lingering energy field. Now let's talk about Beat. Beat is a tank whose main attack fires short-range sound waves that pierce through enemies. His special ability throws down a boombox that creates a cyclone effect pulling enemies together. Clearly, this character is all about crowd control. So my prediction is Bass Drop. Beat slams the ground and releases a massive shockwave around himself. Enemies caught in the blast are stunned and launched backwards, with enemies closer to the center being thrown even further. Moving on to Gloss. Gloss is currently the game's primary support character. Her attacks can both damage enemies and heal allies, while her special ability provides healing around herself. But because she's already built around healing, I don't think her ultimate should simply be Heal More. Gloss is themed around makeup and cosmetics, so I think her ultimate should lean into that identity instead. My prediction is Makeover. Gloss gives nearby allies a full cosmetic touch-up, granting them increased movement speed, increased damage, and improved combat effectiveness for several seconds. Rather than directly keeping her team alive, this ultimate helps her team win fights faster. Next up, we have Drip. Drip attacks by spraying graffiti paint that pierces through enemies, and his special ability lets him glide across the battlefield, leaving behind paint that slows opponents. His entire identity revolves around graffiti, area control, and disrupting enemy movement. So my prediction is Paint Prison. Drip throws a massive paint can that explodes on impact. Enemies caught near the center become trapped in hardened paint structures, forcing them to either break free or wait for the prison to collapse. Not only would this fit his artistic theme perfectly, but it would also give him one of the strongest setup tools in the game.
Ultimate Endless Shards. Eamon launches the shards in his armor and on the ground at a target. After a short delay, the shards will strike the target a second time.
So those are my predictions for the new ultimate abilities coming to Misfitz. Again, none of these are confirmed, but I tried to focus on abilities that feel like natural evolutions of each character's existing kit, rather than completely changing how they play. Honestly, if even half of these predictions end up being close, I think these new abilities could add a ton of depth to the game. The new consumables already look interesting, but giving every character another major ability could completely change how team compositions, engagements, and even extractions play out. But what do you think? Which prediction sounds the most realistic? Which one sounds completely ridiculous? And what ultimate would you give these characters if you were designing the game? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.